First off, I'd like to welcome everybody, thank everybody for coming to the Madison Boys and Girls Club 411 Brand Partnership. 411 is a company we started maybe 20 years ago, 19, 20 years ago, where our goal and our mission were to connect one generation with another generation. I grew up here in Madison, and growing up we had outstanding role models. They didn't strive to be role models, they were just role models, and they were very consistent. So we learned how to act, how to aspire, how to reach, and also how to teach through those interactions. Once I left Buffalo, it seemed like there was a disconnect. So 10 years ago, we started 411 All-Star Weekend. The purpose of the weekend was to bring everybody who came up in Buffalo and went on to succeed back through basketball. And it grew slowly but surely. Now we're entering our 10th anniversary, and we wanted to find a way to sustain the program. Every year, August, we put together an incredible weekend where people come from all over town. And last year, we've had maybe 700 to 800 people pack City Honors Gym for a basketball game. Now we wanted to, and then what happened, everything kind of dies down after the weekend. But we wanted to find some way to kind of sustain that momentum. Growing up in Madison was a huge proponent, I believe, for my success. And I sat down with Jody and the Boys and Girls Club to find out how we can connect and what can we do. We have 3 core programs where our core areas are entertainment, education, and athletics. We wanted to create a way where our basketball academy has some sustainability throughout the year. So we're going to partner with Boys and Girls Club to run an 8-week basketball camp or academy where we teach solely the fundamentals of basketball. There's a lot of times, there's so many AAU games and high school games, but I think the fundamentals are missing in teaching the actual sport. So our goal is to provide that environment here. We also have a golf academy where we're going to bring kids from the Madison area out to Orchard Park and with the first team program of Western New York to learn the fundamentals of how to play basketball, how to play golf. There's a lot of rules and there's a lot of etiquette that's in golf that a lot of kids aren't aware of. So we want to provide that opportunity for kids here as well. And lastly, we have a leadership academy. It's really a character development. As you know, a lot of our kids really need a push in that direction. You can learn a lot of things through athletics as well as in school, but I think more importantly is your character. When no one's watching, what type of person are you? So our goal is kind of instill that through our leadership academy here. So without further ado, I would like to bring up George Collins, who's the Chief Volunteer Officer of the Boys and Girls Club, to kind of introduce their relationship with the 411 brand.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome all of you here to the Maston Clubhouse. Maston Clubhouse has always been one of the jewels in the crown of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo, and it's especially a privilege to welcome back the alumni, former members who are now productive people in their own lives with families, and it's wonderful to have you back. And it's particularly wonderful to have a role model like John Thomas back to come back to his roots. We are very, very proud, the Boys and Girls Club of Buffalo, of what John has accomplished, and we are thrilled to have him back as a partner in our mission. I asked John a couple of minutes ago, I said, what is the 411? Why'd you call it 411? He says, because we're all about information. And I think John would agree that the information that we foremost want to communicate to these young people is how much they have to offer and to believe in themselves and their ability to have dreams and to try to accomplish those dreams. And that through the leadership program that John's talking about, that really coincides with our mission as well. We have character building and leadership programs, and we help our children not only learn how to shoot baskets, which is what we all kind of grew up thinking the Boys and Girls Clubs is all about, was shooting baskets. It's so much more than that now. And it's about leadership skills and character development and career development and learning to discipline yourselves and to realize that it's okay, it's cool to work hard in school and to get good grades and to graduate from high school and to move on and become productive people. And we are so happy to have someone of John's caliber and his 411 program to help the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo to reinforce that message. And so we're very excited and we're optimistic and happy about what the future holds, John. So without any further ado there, I'm going to introduce Scott Arnold. He's the Executive Director of the First Tee Golf Program in Western New York from Working Tribe.
Good afternoon. John, thank you for allowing me to be here today. On behalf of the First Tee Western New York and our board members, we have a few of them here today. We're deeply honored to be part of this program. Meeting John last year through TJ, who's happy to be here today, we found out a lot about the 401 brand, and it mirrors exactly what the First Tee program does in golf. What we do, we are a youth development organization, and we teach life skills and healthy habits to children all throughout Western New York through golf. If anybody here has ever played golf and been on a golf course, you know that it challenges every part of your emotions, your character, your integrity, your honesty. It's the only sport in the world that you have to call your own salvation. So it's a great merit for us to be part of this program. Again, thank you so very much. We look forward to working with a lot of youth in this area and coming out to Orchard Park and having some fun with golf. And hopefully we'll find out that when these kids get in there, golf is actually a very cool sport, believe it or not. It's a lot of fun. So we're looking to have a lot of fun with kids. John, thank you so very much.
Also, without further ado, I wanted to bring a couple guys, my peers. Well, actually, I didn't know Jason. He was running around here as a little guy, but I definitely view him as a peer. But I wanted to bring up some guys that actually grew up here in this club as well, that went on to do great things. Rob Lanier is the coach, associate head coach at the University of Texas, and then Jason played professionally for over 10 years. So coming out of this environment to go on and do great things can only do wonders for our kids at the club. So I want to introduce Rob today.
I have a very tough time referring to Jason Rowe as a peer because I met him when he was 2 years old. So if he's a peer, I'm really, really old. You know what? The whole 411 brand has been exciting for me because I think when you get a little bit older, you draw closer to people that you have stuff in common with. And John and I, since I would say around 2002, 2003, we've always been friends. We've been competitors in this building right here. But there's been a real strong mutual respect and a very, very close relationship that we've forged over the last 7, 8 years because when you get our age, you really get closer to people that you have things in common with. And one of the things that impresses me so much about John is he's a man of great passion. And I think anytime you come into contact with someone who has passion and takes it and channels that passion into trying to help other people, then you're dealing with a very, very special individual. And so I'm fortunate to call John one of my best friends. So the 411 for me has been an opportunity for me to just get involved with his vision. And I think we always talk about, when you go away and do things, talking about coming back home. And in the context of what 411 is all about and what John is trying to do, the Maston Boys Club is home for all of us. And, you know, I work in a competitive business where job opportunities are very small. And you really have to be competitive to have any level of success in the business that I'm in. And everything that I know, my frame of reference when it comes to competition, I learned in this place. So I think in general what John is doing is special in and of itself. But the fact that he's coming back to the Maston Boys Club and this will serve as the catalyst for his vision, I think is particularly special. And just so I'm fortunate that I was able to be in Western New York at this particular time so I can be here for this. But I'm proud of him, proud of what he's doing, and I'm particularly happy that it's taking place here because I think he would agree, Jason would agree, most of who we are when it comes to, from a professional standpoint, was forged in this building. I couldn't tell you how much we learned, and I think it's also great that Kelly's here because Kelly was one of the mentors and one of the people that helped steer a lot of us in the right direction. And I think from afar, we're trying to do it. John obviously was extremely hands-on. I think if we lived in Western New York, we would probably be in the building trying to do the exact same things that people like Kelly have done for us. So thanks for all the support that you guys bring. And I guess, am I going to introduce Jason? This is not my peer, Jason.
Good afternoon. I think Rob said it best. Most of everything that I've learned in my professional career, I learned here. How to be competitive, how to be a leader, how to have character away. And I think this is a great opportunity to actually bridge the gap between the different generations. I remember coming up and those bleachers over there, they were different. The walls were brown, but I remember sitting on the side and watching Kurt Aiken, John, Rob, and Trevor Ruffin and those guys. And I remember having a vision that I wanted to be like those guys. So I think it's important that we bring kids in and have them be able to have that same vision and be able to have the same opportunity that we have. One of the things that I learned as far as being, like Rob said, being competitive, I knew that every night we would come in here about 7 o'clock, and this would be after a 2-hour game that I played with my own high school. We would come in with our 5, guys would come in with their 5 from different neighborhoods, across the bridge, across Delavan, across Butler, different areas, across Riley, and we would come in here and be super competitive. And we took that, especially myself, I took that into my everyday life, and I was able to take what Kelly taught me, another guy, Garcia Leonard, the things that they implemented into me, along with my parents, and have a 10-year career with playing basketball. So again, I think it's important through the help of John and the Formula 1 brand and the golf club to like I said, have things implemented through the other kids and go from there. So, thank you.
So again, I definitely and truly appreciative of everyone coming out, sharing their time, sharing their passion, and again, we've created lifelong friendships right here in this building, and I think we can create that same environment again. If anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to ask of any of us here. Again, I appreciate everybody coming out. If anybody have any questions later on or any concerns, we're definitely here to answer. So thank you to Ms. Diane Rowe, the Boys and Girls Club, and you guys as well. So thank you.